Hello, my name is Patrick Baudisch and I'm a professor here at Hasso-Plattner-Institut. And I would like to tell you about rapid prototyping, in particular using laser cutters. So in this first picture I brought you here, everything you see in this shot is made using the software I'm going to tell you about, so including tables and guitars, for example. So the reason we started looking into this is because today development and innovation have a different flavor than they used to 20 years ago. 20 years ago, people used to spend more time making software systems, apps, websites, stuff like that. But today you have more services that actually have a physical component, for example, like a robotic arm or something electronic. A lot of mechanical components. The go-to technology for these things tends to be 3D printing. And 3D printing has a huge benefit, which is it's very simple to model for 3D printing. You get a lot of very simple to use editors for 3D printing. But the downside is, if you look at how 3D printing works, and I'll just let this run here for a couple of seconds, you get some sort of a sense that it takes quite a while. Now there's some faster 3D printers, but if you try to produce something of a decent scale, you will find that at the end of the day, fabrication is the bottleneck. You can express your idea very quickly, but fabricating the thing will take a long time, and that really holds innovation back. If you're in a situation where you're having a meeting in a couple of hours with a customer and you would like to bring a physical prototype, 3D printing is typically not an option, except if you print something very, very small. So for that reason, we started looking into competing technologies. So here's a technology called laser cutting. And as you can see, it's very distinct from 3D printing in the sense that it produces entire plates at once. So I'll let this run a little longer. So there's at this arm, there's a laser, and it's cutting out these plates. And because it doesn't have to assemble material, but it just cuts it out, it actually is quite a bit faster. So fabrication with laser cutters, as a matter of fact, is very fast. And a lot of things, kind of the size of a physical prototype that you would take to a meeting, can be fabricated in something like 20 minutes. The main limitation of laser cutting, in contrast, is the fact that it's very difficult to make the models. So if you look at this video one more time, all these little angles that form these carpenter joints that you need to assemble the model used to be made by hand in software like Illustrator. You would actually go and draw these little angles. Now, this takes a long time, and so you find yourself in a situation where in 3D printing, the bottleneck is the fabrication, and in laser cutting, the bottleneck used to be the software. And that's exactly where we try to come up with a new solution with a system that we call kyub. So the main idea behind kyub is that you can take you can design a physical prototype, in this case a mock-up of an espresso machine, and the software will actually break this down into those carpenter joints that you need to manufacture. The model I'm going to show you in a second how it's made takes about 2 minutes to design and can be fabricated in an hour, including assembly. So that means if you get a phone call at 12 o'clock that you have a meeting at 1, you still have time to make the physical prototype and show up to the meeting with your physical prototype. So here's what the software looks like. It's a web-based system. This is sped up by a factor of 4. So instead of 30 seconds, this in reality takes about 2 minutes. And you can see you're building in kind of a Minecraft-like of way where you're assembling little building blocks that merge into the whole. But you can still modify everything using these push-pull tools. You can texture things. You can add your own custom textures to it. And the last thing I'll do here is I'm going to add a little drain at the bottom. So this may be my prototype, maybe for a meeting where I'm explaining new innovations that I would build into this espresso machine. But now I can actually go to my meeting with a physical prototype in very, very little time. So that is the main idea behind kyub. We've used it to design a lot of things, ranging from tables, furniture, guitars, stuff like that. And what used to be the main downside of laser cutting, which is the slow modeling speed, with the addition of kyub actually is kind of overcome. And as a result, the combined system of fast modeling using kyub and fast fabrication using laser cutter results in the world's fastest modeling system. It's the only system in the world that actually allows you to create a physical prototype in the time before a meeting. Thank you so much.